Hello, children, and welcome to week 23 of Draw and Paint for Life, where you are learning to be a lifetime artist, to have skills that will delight you and comfort you and bring you joy your entire life. And this week, we're looking at the art of the American Impressionist Mary Cassatt, as well as learning how to draw horses. I did not have an easy time teaching myself to draw a horse. And so I want to say to you, be super gentle with yourself. You know, the horses are like these hugely powerful, majestic creatures, and their movement is like all over the place. And I know so many children are enchanted by them. So we're going to start by looking at the hindquarters and just keep it super simple and be really kind to ourselves, because everything is a beginning. And we have to start somewhere. It's like we're not going to make masterpieces of horses today. You know, these are skills that are learned. And so I'm so grateful to be here with you. I hope you enjoy learning about Mary Cassatt. She was a beautiful colorist. Her use of color was stunning. And the way she composed her paintings was very, very unique. And here we go. We'll see you soon. Okay, so our color for the week is yellow-orange. And here's what happens when you combine it with black. It goes pretty much a raw umber color. Remember that color, that earth tone? These are all essentially earthy tones. With white, it kind of goes a very light coral. Lacking red, though, for coral. With blue, how fascinating. Like, look at the shade of brown. That is a gorgeous sepia tone. With yellow, it just goes more on the yellow scale, obviously. And with red, we get like this beautiful reddish orange, kind of like the color of maple leaves in the fall. So enjoy your time mixing color as you paint this week. I hope that you learn so many new things about color. It is such a beautiful tool to experience the world with, you know, knowing color, naming color, and knowing how to mix it. It's very empowering. So yellow, orange, there we go. So here's our horse. Here's a horse that I drew. Here's one that, oh, that guy got a little messed up on my board. We're gonna start with this part. I like to try to simplify it to a certain part of an animal's body to give you the confidence to begin. So I hope you're noticing so many similarities between four-legged creatures in terms of drawing them. It's been kind of stunning to me. I think we really learn on a completely different level when we draw. So with the horse, here's what I'm gonna do. In the same way that we did the dog with a single line, I'm gonna start with the nose of the horse, and then this is its head, and I'm just thinking about the animal, coming down, making a line, and then making a really kind of significant bump for the rear end of the horse, which is super powerful and muscular. And then here's what's the thing about it is that their legs have like all these jointed things in it. So we're gonna go 1, 2, and then draw the hoof, okay? So it's kind of like the top of a heart. Can you see that right here? Can you see this? Like we're making almost like the top of a heart, okay? Try to think of it that way to simplify the line, and remembering that like everyone's art is different and that the pursuit of perfection is only gonna hurt you. So try not to think that way. Try to think like, I'm amazing, I'm making a horse. So I'm gonna bring the, and of course I'm seeing like so many things I could do differently, but just to make the muzzle of the horse, and think about their gorgeous eyes. And really this part is so flat, but there is like a bump here. And then we're going to come down to make the horse's neck, that big, thick, muscular neck here. And we're going to go right into this 1 foot. And making the hoofs, you know, if you can get like a certain amount of detail in, it's super helpful. So like just make the triangular part of the hoof right there, okay? And then we're gonna put another leg in front, okay? With its hoof as well, okay? And then going back here, I kind of left this sitting here. We're gonna make the hoof come in, and then the leg like this. And then we're gonna make this line right here, which denotes that huge muscular part of the leg, and then finish off its belly, okay? And then we'll put another leg back here for us to, with the hoof. Okay, so hoof, hoof. All right, and then we're gonna put some ears on the horse, and it usually has like some hair right here in the front, okay? And then we're gonna put a big mane on its back, a big mane of hair, and color it in. And then, I kind of feel like this part is a little bit, and then we're gonna put a big tail on it. Okay, then we're gonna add an eye, and you know they have those big, gorgeous eyes, but we're just gonna settle for that. And then indicate a nose. And if I could change anything about this, I would just alter this part of it a little bit. So there's our horse. Think about this big muscular part as you start your first circle. And the tracing bits from the workbook will really help. And again, we started over here with the muzzle, and a line here, breathing, and then a nice round part for the bottom. Okay? If you can get that basis, then come down to the neck and the legs as you feel your way along and into it. And I look forward to seeing you in class as we begin our adventure this week of drawing the horse. Thank you, children.
The Boating Party is one of Cassatt's best-known paintings, and it's also the culmination of many of her artistic influences. Cassatt painted the piece during the winter of 1893 to 94 in Antibes on the French Riviera. That year, she'd also completed the mural Modern Woman, commissioned for the Women's Building at the Chicago's 1893 World's Columbian Exposition, and the French government had just purchased one of her pieces for the Musée de Luxembourg. Throughout her career, Cassatt painted women and children, though she herself never married and was childless. Her subject matter was common for female artists before the 20th century, since painting subjects within their socially acceptable realm was a door to being accepted as a professional artist. Cassatt typically painted her subjects in more domestic settings, like interiors and gardens, so the Boating Party is a bit of an anomaly. The piece may have been influenced by a similar painting by Manet titled Boating. Cassatt had seen the piece at the Impressionist exhibition of 1879 and liked it enough to convince her friend to buy the painting, so it's entirely possible that it could have inspired Cassatt's piece. Another major influence for the piece was Japanese woodblock prints. Cassatt had visited the great Japanese print exhibition in Paris in 1890, and like many of the Impressionists, she was struck by the Japanese style. She owned some prints by Kitagawa Utamaro. The clearest influence of Japanese woodblock art on Cassatt's piece is the decision to place the horizon at the top of the image. Mary Cassatt was born in Allegheny City, Pennsylvania, which is now part of Pittsburgh. Her father, Robert Simpson Cassatt, was a successful stockbroker and land speculator, and her mother was the educated and well-read daughter of a banker. Cassatt's mother was an important influence for the budding artist. Education was highly valued in the Cassatt home, and Cassatt's parents believed that travel was an integral part of a good education. When she was young, Cassatt embarked on a 5-year tour of Europe, learning German and French along the way and taking her first lessons in drawing. She also likely saw the work of many French artists at the Paris World's Fair of 1855. It wasn't long before she fell in love with art and became determined to support herself as a professional artist.
There's something challenging about her work that keeps me looking.
We do see her showing women being active, being in charge.
It tells us a lot about our ideas about womanhood.
She really is able to communicate the love, the tenderness, and the psychology. If you're really paying attention, though, that's when you see what else is going on.
She knew what she wanted to do, and she knew the direction that she had to take.
She is an artist finding herself, finding her own unique voice.
Her printmaking was just astonishing. It was extraordinarily innovative.
Her fingerprints are all through American collections.
The women in our consciousness as historical figures are extraordinary, and she is one of them.
Thank you, children, so much for making art. Your art is so important to the world. It brings beauty and light and love with it wherever it goes. Thank you for being confident enough to make it. Let's draw horses. See you soon.